Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Doug Swanson, Professor of Communication. I am the instructor for your Public Relations Writing 1 course, COMM 362. The purpose of this introductory video is to give you a little bit of idea what to expect during this course and what some of the most important things to remember are as we begin the course. I'm a PR guy, and so I very much believe in laying everything out and making everything as clear as I can possibly make it. So I'll tell you right off the bat that the syllabus is, I hope, very comprehensive in terms of exactly what's going to happen in this class, in terms of my thinking process, what the outcomes of this course should be, how you should prepare for the course and how you should work through the course, and what will happen every single week of the term as we go through this course. I also think that the Canvas page, or the, I don't know, do we call it a page? Do we call it a platform? Do we call it the online course? I don't know. Canvas, I think, is pretty well detailed in terms of everything that you need to have to successfully complete this asynchronous online class. Asynchronous meaning we don't have any in-person meetings. There's not going to be any Zoom. Can I hear an amen? So you're basically doing this course on your own, but I am here, always behind the scenes in Canvas, always ready to help anytime you need it. Go to the syllabus. There's information in there about office hours. If you need to talk to me, we can do that. The syllabus details how that can happen. So I want to be a resource for you. At the same time, this course is structured in such a way that you can do it successfully without having constant interaction with me, because the course, it's public relations writing. The course is all about writing, and that's what you're going to demonstrate in this course is effective writing in two different ways. Effective writing strategically in terms of you'll have a plan for what you're going to do, and effective writing creatively in that it's going to be unique and creative and thoughtful. And in these first days of the class, I want us to be thinking about that. The materials talk in several places about the art and the craft of public relations writing. The art is the creative part. That's really important. The craft is the structure of how it comes together. And art and craft have to be balanced, because if you have writing that's like, woohoo, really creative, but it has no effective structure, it won't work in public relations. And if you have writing that's really structured and organized well, but doesn't pay much attention to the words used and how they flow and what they mean and that kind of thing, then that's not going to work either. So we're looking for a balance in this class, and that's what public relations writing is all about. It's the balance between art and craft. It's the balance between creativity and structure. That's what we're looking for, and that's what this class is going to get you started with. I want you to know that probably the most important thing in this class is practice. You've got to practice your writing. This is not a class where you can like click, 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 submit an assignment, click, 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 and be done with it. It doesn't work that way. This is a class that very much requires you to practice. When I was an undergraduate, I went through a communications program at one of the nation's best universities for broadcast communicators, Eastern New Mexico University. They have a fantastic, national level broadcast program. And I was learning to be a radio announcer. Can you tell? And I spent a lot of time with my tape recorder, reading copy into the tape recorder, playing it back, listening to it, reading it again, playing it back. That's what I did, hours and hours and hours with my tape recorder, because that's how we learned to be radio announcers, which is what I was doing. The same is true for writers. If you want to be a good writer, you've got to practice. Practice, practice, practice. You've got to read other people's writing. We have the internet now. Back when I was in school in the dark ages, we didn't have the internet. We have the internet now. You can see Great examples of public relations writing. Great in terms of good quality, great in terms of, wow, this really sucks. And you can read public relations blogs, you can read websites dedicated to PR, you can read, and you can soak all that up. So that's part of practice. It's really, really important that you practice your work in here. In this class, some of the assignments will be done solo, some will be done in a team. I was just waiting to hear the groan. Everybody goes, oh, teamwork, oh, you know. Okay, I'm with you. Teamwork is not always the funnest thing to do, but PR people work in teams constantly. Our world works in teams. There's a team in the PR office or agency. There's a team with the client. There's teams all over the place. So PR people work in teams. That's how we do it. So you're going to get practice in this class working in a Google Drive, or also known as Google Suite environment, working with members of a team. So use that to your advantage. You don't have to be best friends forever, but get together virtually with your team members, communicate, share your work. Say, hey, this is my first draft of the assignment. What do you think? And I'm talking about the solo assignments here. You can share your solo assignments among members of your team and get feedback. Absolutely, go for it. As long as you don't submit a copy of somebody else's work, you're fine. And that's very unlikely to happen. In PR, there's a million ways to express something in writing. So please, you're going to want to work effectively with your team on the team assignments. That's very important. You're also going to want to rely on members of your team to give you feedback on your individual assignment because, hey, what better way to learn than to learn with colleagues, in this case, student colleagues. I did research actually a few years ago on college student media. I surveyed students all over the country about their feelings about working with other college students in college student media, and 70% of my respondents said they would rather learn from a peer than from an instructor. Okay, you'd rather learn from each other than from me. Hey, that's fine. I don't have a corner on the market. So learn from each other, please, please, please. So anyway, I think those are the big things right now at this point. Oh, and time management. Time management is really important. This is the syllabus. There's a calendar in here, a list of what's due and when it's due. Please, 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 please pay attention to this. It's very important. For example, there's going to be quizzes in this class. There's 5 of them. They are dated. And in other words, they open at a certain point, they close at a certain point. If you miss the quiz, sorry, no makeup. And I know it's not fair. Your cat ran away, your car caught on fire, you had a flat tire, your mom was saying, sorry, there's no makeups on quizzes. Don't miss the quiz, okay? Because I'm not reopening it. Because as soon as the quiz closes, all the correct answers go out to everybody. So, nope. Got to make sure you take that quiz during the window that the quiz is open. Likewise, assignments. I don't like late assignments. I don't like to accept late assignments. So please, please, turn in the assignments on time. If you're having a problem submitting an assignment, let me know in advance. But I don't like late assignments. Because again, as of right now, everything is open, so you can see what all the assignments are for the whole academic term. So I don't think there's a reason for there to be a late assignment because you have time to start looking at stuff very early. So no late work. Make sure that you have read the syllabus. Read it very carefully because it's important. Again, I'm a PR guy. I like to put all the stuff here. So it's all here of how this class works. And discussion questions. There are discussion questions 15 weeks of the semester. Got to answer those discussion questions for attendance. Those are not graded, but they are either, you either did it or you didn't. And if you miss more than a certain number of discussion questions, you'll not be able to earn a grade higher than B in this class, no matter what the rest of your work looks like. Details in here about all that. So make sure you've read the syllabus. And like I said before, time management, very important. You've got to be on top of it in this class because you're not coming to class. I'm not standing over here going, don't forget to do that. I'm not doing that. So, time management is very important. Got to stay on top of that. So we talked about the importance of reading the syllabus, time management, working with members of your team, practice, practice, practice. It's so important. Read lots of public relations copy. Absorb PR this semester everywhere you go. And in the other classes you take, absorb it, because this class is not where you become the best possible writer. This is where you start on the path to becoming the best possible writer. I've been writing professionally since I was 18 years old. That is, oh my God, that's more than 40 years ago. I've been writing professionally since I was first published at age 18 in the Los Angeles Times. Am I a better writer today than I was back then? You betcha. I sucked as a writer when I was 18. I still got published, but I sucked. I know so much more now than I did then, and it's the same way with all of us. So use this class as the starting point to becoming a better writer. This class is going to teach you the concepts and the hands-on skills you need to become the best possible writer that you can be. And you will find writing, I think, a very fulfilling experience. So what else do I need to talk about? Going over my head all the things we talked about. At any point in this class, if you've got a question about how something is happening or what's happening or what, who, where, how, please let me know. I am here to help you. But you got to reach out and ask me, because I don't know what you're thinking. So please communicate with me. I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, I really, really want to help you. So make sure you've gone through the syllabus, and make sure you've gone through Canvas. Make sure you keep up with the readings. You cannot pass this class without the book. You just can't. Students have tried it. It doesn't work because there are too many questions in the quizzes related to stuff in the book. So you cannot pass this class without the book. Now, the book is not tremendously expensive. You can get an electronic copy. So it's not tremendously expensive. You got to have it. I strongly recommend an Associated Press style book, either 2019 or newer, just because it's such an important guide for you in terms of becoming a public relations writer. And ultimately, see page 2 of the syllabus on this, mindfully. I want you to approach this class mindfully. Think about what you're doing right now, what needs to be done, where you go from here. Try to avoid all the distractions. I teach a class about mindfulness, and mindfulness is really important for the public relations writer, because we need to focus on what needs to be done right now and not wrap our head around so many things. Did I leave the oven turned on? What am I doing tomorrow? What's for dinner tonight? Where's the cat? All those kinds of distractions. We try to avoid those as public relations writers, because it's really important to focus on what we're doing right now. So anyway, I think you'll find this class very helpful. I think you'll find it very valuable. Please be aware that public relations employers consistently say writing is the #1 skill they look for. #1. So you've got to be a superb writer, and this class is where you start. One last thing. I remembered what I was going to tell you. One last thing. Please, please, please. I'm going to give you extensive written feedback on every assignment. Please read it. Please read it. Because that way you won't make the mistakes you made this week, next week, So please read the feedback. In every COMM 362 class, without exception, there's always at least one person who never reads the feedback, and they make the same mistakes week after week after week after week. And I keep giving them feedback saying, you made that mistake last week, you're still making it, I pointed it out, you shouldn't do it. And they do it again, and they do it again, and they do it again. And then in the last week of the class, they send me an email and they say, I don't understand why I'm not getting any better. You keep marking me off for the same things. And it's like, it's because those things I'm marking you off for, they're mistakes. And you shouldn't be making them. And I'm telling you not to make them, and you keep doing it. In the classroom is a document called Common Copy Errors. It lists a lot of those mistakes. And I mean, really, the last time I taught this class, there were people making mistakes on the final exam news release that they made in the first week of the class. Mistakes don't heal themselves with age. It just doesn't happen. So be attentive to that. And that's where working with the team comes in. If you show members of the team your work, they can go, ooh, 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 this is a mistake. I got marked off on this last, ooh, you should fix that. And you'll fix it. Or at least I hope you will. Anyway, that's what I have to say. I will be talking to you again in each topic area. And I welcome your comments, your feedback. And I really, really, really look forward to you being a better writer at the end of this class than you are right now. And that's going to be great for me and especially great for you.